Lightfoot accusing Greg Abbott of doing exactly what Democrats have been doing to this country for the last 18 months, using migrants as political pawns, opening up the border, bringing in all of this nonsense so that they can get a political victory in some fashion or another. The irony is the only person not doing that is Greg Abbott. Brandon Judd is president of the National Border Patrol Council, and he joins us now. It's good to have you on. Let's start with Eric Adams, sending a delegation to the southern border. What do you make of that? A delegation from New York?
It's a complete joke. I mean, if he's going to be honest, if he's going to be honest with everybody, especially his constituents, he's going to put the blame where it belongs, and that's on the Biden administration. They created this crisis. They continue to release people. They continue to invite people, and when people violate our laws, they're rewarding them with a release into the United States. So if Eric Adams wanted to do what's right, he's going to use his outsized voice, and he's going to go after the administration and put the blame directly where it lies. But he's not going to do that. Of course, he's going to go back and he's going to politicize this, and he's going to put the blame somewhere else other than where it belongs. Again, if he was honest, he would put the blame squarely on the White House's shoulders.
You don't think this is? I mean, I've felt that this was some kind of a shift, that they're going to that maybe in the coming days he's going to say something, that he's going to announce something, that he's going to say that, you know what, there is a problem at the border, that we have to do something at the southern border. We've assessed it ourselves, and now that we see it, something must be done.
I mean, he very well might come out and say that there's a problem at the southern border, but he's going to use the same talking points that the White House has used. He's going to blame it on economic instability. He's going to blame it on political instability. He's going to blame it on climate change. He's going to blame it on crime in these countries that these people are leaving. That's what he's going to do. And then he's going to say, we have big arms. We're going to welcome these individuals. But let's be clear. The reason why he's been pushing back against this is because this is being done in the light of day. Everybody is seeing it. When it was being done under the cover of night in secret, with all of the HHS flights into New York, he didn't say a word. He didn't care about it. But now that his constituents are seeing how much this is going to cost the taxpayers there in New York City, they're up in arms. So now he has to say something about it. But again, he was completely quiet when it was being done by the administration, and it was being done under the cover of night.
It's not your fault, but you burst my bubble. I just thought that, I thought that the pain had become so real that they were going to have to flip the script. They were going to have to be forced to say, yes, we can't sustain this, neither can Texas. The administration needs to change the policy. I thought maybe something like that was coming, and maybe 50 or 100 more buses might do that, but we'll have to wait and see. A record number of migrants have died crossing the U.S.-Mexico border this year. Homeland Security telling CNN 748 have died coming into the country, up from 557 during 2021, which was another terrible year. So, this is the real story. This is the reality of it. It sounds great. Oh, let everybody in because it's nice and sweet and we're open borders. The reality is, you got 750 dead people. I mean, if 750 Americans died, that'd be a massive tragedy. It would be all over the front page.
Yeah, what we're seeing right now is not humane. These policies from this administration is not humane. If you look at the previous record prior to Biden taking office, it was just over 300 people. Now we're approaching 800 people, and there's a very good chance that we're going to hit 800 people, might even surpass 800 people by the end of this fiscal year, the end of this month. That is a serious problem, yet this administration still isn't doing anything about it. And there are simple solutions. They know that, but because of all of the political appointees that come from activist backgrounds that are in the White House, that permeate DHS, they continue to capitulate to the open border activists that they have hired, that they have appointed.
And when they see all this collateral damage, this la, 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 this is what they do. That's the administration on every single huge problem they've created. They act like they can't see it. Brandon Judd, thank you for taking the time. We appreciate it.
Hey guys, it's Rob Carson. September is historically the worst performing month for the stock market, so you better be ready for it. The Fed continues to aggressively raise rates, and JP Morgan is forecasting another mega rate hike September the 21st. Is that why Jamie Dimon said an economic hurricane is coming our way? Well, gold and silver have remained remarkably stable despite the Fed aggressively raising rates today. The Patriot Gold Group has a special incentive for Newsmax viewers. Huge! Now precious metals investors can enjoy the no-fee-for-life gold and silver IRA on qualifying rollovers, or enjoy free, discreet, insured shipping on all direct gold and silver purchases. Here's the number, 800-356-4470. Call 800-356-4470 today.